Hello YouTubers, you are watching Just Do It Yourself channel, and today we have 2007 Hyundai Santa Fe, and hope you can hear this clicking. So it sounds like the signal light is on, but it's actually not on. So the relay is clicking all the time. Also, another symptom is when you turn the signal, it sometimes won't shut off for a while, and also sometimes it will just come on itself. So I will try to turn the signal switch on. So you see, but if you lower it a bit down, this go away, and if you go up, this go away. And now in the middle it went away, but now it's clicking. So basically it tells us that something in the switch is wrong. In other scenario, when your signal actual light is on all the time, you might have a bad relay that got stuck. But in this case, considering how it acts, tells me that switch is going bad. So I'll try to remove it, take it apart, and see what's going on. Since there was the check engine light, I hooked up the scan tool, and if we check the engine codes, just want to make sure that there is nothing related to that switch. So for the trouble codes, we have bank 1, CAT system efficiency below threshold, and very small evap leak, so nothing related to that. So let's take the switch out. Alright, to get the switch out, we need to remove this housing, so we'll start with 3 Phillips screws over here at the bottom cover. So those screws are removed. Next, we will need to remove 1 Phillips over here and 1 on the other side. Now when the screws are removed, we'll just go with the plastic primer and we'll try to disengage those 2 pieces and pull them out. So we'll do the top first, then lift the steering wheel, pull the bottom one. So here's our switch, and before we get to play with the wiring, we will go ahead and disconnect the battery. Next we will remove the wiring. Just press the tab on top and pull it out. Now we should be good to get the switch out. Just use a flat screwdriver and push it out. Right, so here's the switch on the bench, and to be perfectly honest, I would most likely replace it right away, and I will leave a link in the description to the video for this part. But considering that this is original Hyundai part and it's easy to get it out, I would like to check inside to see if we can fix it before we replace it. Let's take it apart, and then 2 clips on the other side, actually 3 clips. We'll try not to okay, so we'll pull this wire off. This was quite loose. Now we'll remove 2 screws up there. Screws at the same size. Okay. Seems like we might need to okay. Okay, as you can see, I hope you can see, I'll get some light here. Those contacts inside are all kind of connected with the grease and all the shavings from the contact when it was engaged, going back and forth. So we will try to clean that up. Alright, I have cleaned those contacts with a brake clean, and if you can see, there is a spot where it melted, and it melted through, so there is a hole. Though it seems like there are just two black plastic tabs, so you have a nice click going up and down. So hopefully it won't impact much. So at this point, I just clean it with the brake clean. I'll just put some dielectric grease and we'll put it back together. Though another thing that we want to clean is this piece. That's the one that is sliding on those contacts. So this one actually shows some wear and tear, so I will use some fine sandpaper. It's like grade like 200, maybe 320, and just get that nice and flush. You can see there are a few spots where it was burning those contacts. Okay, nice. Okay, so as I mentioned before, we will apply some dielectric grease on those contacts, same as it was before, so it's not grinding that slider on top. You cannot put just any grease, it has to be dielectric grease. And I will leave a link in the description to the video so you can get the right stuff. Now we will just need to assemble this back. To put the top part back on. Hopefully it's not too difficult to get it back together. Okay, I think I got it with a second try. So basically, whenever you put it in, make sure that you press this a little bit and then push it on. Let's make sure that the wires are in the right spot. The opposite way. Maybe different way. Maybe not. Let's see. Okay. Now we can put those two, right? Maybe not. Oh, right. We'll put those two back in. This one. And we can put this cover back on. And my apologies if I'm not keeping this within the camera range and making a few tries, since doing this first time. And as you can see, it takes some practice. Right, this again. Okay, so this cover seems like it can be removed It's not holded by any bolts, so. Alright, so now we can put this cover back on. Okay, double check. So that's how it sits. Next to the top, next to the bottom, left and okay, so the moment of truth, everything is hooked up, ignition is on. So let's try left, right, left, right. So everything seems to be working. So we'll try lights on, off, high beam, low beam, again, right, left. Seems like it's fixed, even though it's melted a bit. So I think we'll be looking into getting a new switch sometime in the future. But at this point, it is working and functional. I don't think you need instruction how to put those back together. You clip them together and then install those 5 screws. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please check the description to the video to any parts and tools that you might need. And as always, just do it yourself.